What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And if you don't know who I am, I run a Canadian clothing brand called K-Bud that's doing well into the 6 figures in sales, and this YouTube channel that's 6 figures in sales. And what I want to talk to you about in this video is something that I disagree with, that the vast majority of entrepreneurs online talk about like crazy, which is this whole idea of hustle and grinding being the core component to your success as an entrepreneur. I actually disagree with this. I actually believe that hustling and grinding is a really short phase in the overall scope of your success. And what's actually way more important than hard work is smart work. And I want to really rant on this subject for you, and you can make up your mind on whether or not you agree or disagree with me. But I really believe that this will really help you understand exactly how to create a successful business without any of the fluff and just giving it to you straight. So here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. If designs are something that you're not that good at, I really recommend that you give them a shot. These are some of the best-selling designs on my website, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so guys like Gary Vaynerchuk, who I really respect, and obviously, he's made however much money that he has in his businesses, and he's this super successful business guy. He talks a lot about how hustle and grind is really important, and how that's basically, he's built his entire brand on just spreading this message of hustling and grinding as an entrepreneur. And I really want to explain to you the reason why he's doing this, why he's telling you and constantly hammering in that message versus the message that maybe gets into some more advanced level concepts, some things that are much more nuanced, and where he's talking more about smart work and leveraging the work that you've already done. So the reason why he's communicating this whole concept of hustling and grinding, and why so many other big shot entrepreneurs online are doing that, is because they're trying to talk to a broad audience. And the broad audience of entrepreneurs are all in the early stages where this whole idea of hustling and grinding actually applies to you. So there is a stage at the beginning of your business where you decide that, say you're working a 9 to 5, you want to become an entrepreneur. Well, you're working that job, and now you really need to hustle on the side to build up your business big enough to free up your time and to free up your money so that you can focus on your business entirely. And that really is a hustle phase. And it can take, 2 or 3 years to really grind your business to the point where you're able to quit your day job, you're able to actually free up all of your time so that you can focus on your own business, and so that you have enough money that you can actually make strategic decisions within your business. But the way that it's painted online by these people is that basically you're going to be hustling and grinding forever inside of your business. And this is where I start to disagree with the whole thing. The hustle and grind phase is really the beginning phase, because you need to free up your time, you need to free up your money. Once you do that, things kind of start to slow down, and you can make really strategic, smart decisions that kind of just exponentially compound on themselves. But most of the guru entrepreneurs online make it seem like this hustle and grind phase is something that will be there forever, and that needs to be who you are, and that needs to be a part of your identity as an entrepreneur. You need to really be that hustler, be that grinder. And what I believe is that once you free up enough of your time to work on your business, because you've built your business up enough that you don't need to work at your job anymore, and maybe you've got some spare money now from just grinding in the first couple of years, now you can start refining your processes. And it's really this process of actually stepping back from this hard work, sort of head down, just grind phase, to actually becoming much more strategic in the way that you're working. I mean, think about it. Waiters and waitresses work really, really hard all day. They work 10 times harder than I work all day, on their feet all day, moving nonstop. And, I probably make 10 times more than what they make in terms of income. And I'm basically, only working a few hours a day, but really smart. That's going to actually be much more powerful in terms of the results that I'm getting from my business, because I'm honing in on the value that I'm offering. I'm refining my processes. I'm becoming much more efficient. Another great example for this is if you take 2 fishermen, you send them out to sea, maybe one of those fishermen in the boat is just working the water like crazy. He's just chucking his line in the water and reeling in, and he's just working nonstop. And another boat is out in there in the water. He's got a beer in his hand, and he's just in the right spot in the lake, and he's dropping his line in the water and pulling out a fish every time. Maybe he's taking his time, taking it off the hook, and every time he drops his line in the water, he's pulling out a fish. And that's because he's in the right spot in the lake. He's making the smart decisions. He's using the right lure to catch the right fish. And that's so much more important than all of this hustling and all of this grinding after a certain point. And so I really hope that this video is almost like hopeful for you, because it allows you to see that you're not going to have to be just sweating all the time as an entrepreneur. There's a period where once you grind your business to a point where you can quit your job, now you have way more time to work on your business, so you can kind of breathe and be smart about it. You're not like you're not making decisions from your adrenaline anymore because you're like working all day. And I definitely went through that phase where it was like I'd work a 12-hour shift at work, and then I'd come home, and then I'd just work another like 8 hours on top of it. And you're just like, I need to get out of my job. I hate all this. I just need to work. Once you get out of that phase and you can leave your job and you've got enough money, then you're thinking, all right, how do I scale this thing? Who exactly is my audience? Who exactly am I going after? What value am I offering? How can I improve that? And that doesn't need to be this crazy hustle phase in order for you to be successful. I have a couple of entrepreneur friends here who are doing $500,000, $1 million a year, and they don't work nearly as hard as you think they do. They're just really smart people. They're highly competent. They really understand their business. They've logged the hours. They've gone through those hustle phases. They've gone through the grind phases. But now that they've really gotten clear on what their business is and exactly what they're offering, they're able to just kind of add fuel to the fire in the right ways and just sort of steer the ship rather than try and like get the ship going the whole time. You know, there's a period where you need to get the ship going, and then there's a period where you're just kind of steering the ship and making sure that the ship's going in the right direction. And those two phases are really different in terms of how hard you have to work. It becomes sort of this transition period of having to grind all day to actually just being able to calm down and start being smart in the work that you're doing. And I really want you to understand that, you know, when Garyvee is talking about hustling and grinding, you have to look at how big his audience is of entrepreneurs and ask yourself how many of these entrepreneurs that he's talking to are full-time entrepreneurs who are outside of this grind phase, who have actually created a six-figure or multiple six-figure business, who are actually more focused on the nuances of how to grow a business and applying advanced level concepts at the point where, you know, they've passed the hustle phase and now they're looking to become much more strategic and scale up their businesses. You can work really hard at McDonald's your whole life and not make a lot of money. You can work really hard in construction. You can work really hard, you know, in any type of job. And most of the jobs that pay the least are the most hardest working jobs. And that's because you don't get compensated economically based on your level of work and how hard you work. You get compensated based on your competency and how much value you're contributing and your decision-making ability. Those are the most important things. So get out of this whole I need to work hard 24/7 thing and get more into how smart you're thinking. Where's your compass pointing? Are you actually in an industry? Are you actually creating something that people want? Are you actually honing in your brand concept if you're a clothing brand? Are you actually being smart in the business that you're creating, where you're creating one that people actually want? Because you can work really hard for 10 years building a business that nobody actually wants. And is that hard work paying off for you at all? It'll never pay off for you. The hard work will never pay off for you if it's not in the right direction, going after the right thing. And so really that smart work is the 75% of your success, and the hard work is really just like 25% of your success, in my opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And, you know, if you just found this video entertaining and got a lot of value out of it, please hit the like button for me. It helps me get these videos out there. If you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have with Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.